Yeah, the White House sources today green-lighted me to talk about something I learned a few days ago, and I was given a lot of other information, but I want to have phone calls before I release all this. Jared Kushner met with Russian ambassador during transition, White House officials say. That's the LA Times, and this comes from a few months ago. But Trump, he lied to Trump reportedly and said this wasn't true. Then Trump got briefed a few weeks ago. That was the case. That's why we haven't seen Kushner back at his side or back. I mean, Trump has just been betrayed by all these weak personalities. And Trump's totally surrounded. Mike Cernovich, we're riding shotgun for one more segment, and then we're going to let him take over. Owen Schroyer and myself broke all this down, that they are about to kick out all the new people that were transitional, that they haven't gotten security clearances, you name it. So he's going to recap all of that. But talking to Corsi earlier about how you counter complete lies when they don't care what the facts are, they keep moving forward. Is this being done out of a desperation move? A, and then B, Cernovich. Mike Cernovich joins us, co-hosting. What happens if they win? I mean, they've said, shut down the free press. They've said in major publications, we're going to have a new election run by COG. Congress isn't legitimate. The shadow government declares Congress illegitimate. They're run by the Russians, they claim. We have new elections run by Homeland Security. Anyone who was elected, who's a Republican, of course, they lose their seat. This is all being proposed. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. Everyone in Congress, everyone who has half a brain knows you do not roll over to this witch hunt by an out-of-power party that almost everyone hates, that's losing all the state houses, that is about to become a regional party on the coastlines, who is in crisis. But you've got so many wimpy Republicans, they want to be the ones that are left alone, the Glenn Becks, everybody, and the Megyn Kellys, and so, and the, you know, Paul Ryans, that they are going along with this. Trump has to understand offense is the best defense. Mike Cernovich.
Yeah, so I was actually talking to Shauna, my lovely wife. We were watching Get Me Roger Stone for the third time. And I noticed something, that every highlight in that movie about the really effective moves Trump's made didn't come from his official campaign. Bringing the rape victims of Bill Clinton to the debate, that didn't come from the campaign. Exposing Hillary's health, that came from Paul Joseph Watson.
And you. No, it all came from us. It all came from the grassroots.
Right, nothing came from his actual team.
And by the way, we don't want credit. We're just pointing out what works. We're not trying to hide our political skill with the truth. We're saying use it.
Well, that's the whole point. Is actually, I was talking to somebody earlier, and a reporter is doing a big story on General Flynn, and she goes, do you have a comment? And I said, we're still talking about General Flynn 6 months later. Firing General Flynn was Trump's first catastrophic mistake. It showed weakness. It showed him that we will let the fake news media dictate personnel. That was a catastrophic error. That was like smashing into the line. You don't give these people an inch. You double down.
That was putting blood in the water.
Yeah, and ever since then, it's been downhill. Ever since they fired General Flynn, it has been blow after blow after blow. And it's frustrating for people like us, truth tellers, to know that we could run things. All they have to do is do what we tell them to do. I don't want to go work for Trump. I could not work for him. I don't like to work for anybody. I could tell them what to do. All they have to do is listen to us. Quit apologizing.
Because we don't come from the inside, just like he's in business. We just want the country back. We actually study how it works, not how all the, you know, butt kissing goes on.
Well, that's it. You asked Mike, you said, what does it mean if they win? It means we've lost our country. It means we're not in control anymore. It means that we have a continuity of government that's taken over for the republic. That's what it means. And
it says we're all suspect Russians when they're the multinational force, the outside alien force, effing us over.
And that's why it pisses me off so much. That's why it pisses you off so much, because here we are fighting for the country. It shouldn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat or a liberal or a conservative. It shouldn't matter. These people are trying to take our republic away.
And if you want to know,
undermine a vote.
And exactly, Owen. And if you want to know how overwhelmingly authoritarian they are, they got a good shot at winning peacefully, but they want their underground revolution ready. Their main operating system is kill cops randomly while they pump gas or write somebody a speeding ticket. And people go, oh, you kiss the cop's ass now. I got a lot of problems with cops. I don't want to randomly blow their heads off for no reason, like any other group I don't want to kill. I mean, this is such a lawless scumbag group, and we're supposed to sit here, and I'm just saying this. I'm not looking for trouble. I don't want authoritarian stuff like they do. I want to win free market. But if they think, let me just extrapolate. If they think they lost this election, they have some coup d'etat, they take over, they actually trying to grab all us and stuff, they have no idea what's going to happen. They've taken our restraint for weakness when it's not, it's strength. And they, let me tell you, they're going to lose any way you slice it. I want you to talk about that, Owen, and then Cernovich. Then I'm going to turn this over to Cernovich.
Well, like I said, I think that the numbers of the never-Trumpers or the people out and protesting in the street, they're getting fewer and far between. They're dwindling. We have to push forward. We have to have Trump's back. Trump is going to do what he's going to do. He's going to be in the swamp. He's dealing with these people. We have to do what we have to do. We have to elect the right people. We have to get the truth out there. And that's what Mike is talking about.
We ought to be armies of one. And this morning, I was making phone calls to my different congressional sources, military sources, and I was sitting there and I was talking to this, one fella, and I said, "What do we do?" And he goes, "Exactly what Cernovich said a month ago at dinner with you." And the fellow was and he goes, we hit the streets, we get aggressive.
We have to realize,
and you know what, if we don't do that, and we're not looking for trouble, but a liberal punches us in the face, we break their nose.
We have the power.
You know, it's time to get aggressive in defense and to stop rolling over and giving all these little beta males the signal that we're going to roll over. No, we're not. Cernovich?
Yeah, I'm at the point now, I'm actually writing an article, and this might bother a lot of people who watch me and watch you, but my loyalty is never been to Trump. My loyalty is to people who are supporting you at InfoWarsStore.com, the people who are reading great books like Guerrilla Mindset, the people who want the truth. And I'm actually writing an article called, "Is the Movement Moving On from Trump?" And a lot of people might not want to hear that, but I'm sick of these beta males he has in the White House.
No, we should. We should have a discussion, because Trump's only a vehicle of liberty. And we love him, that's great. But we're not stopping. We're running for office. We're politically involved. We're writing books. We're not rolling over to a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm working on it, because one thing I noticed is I threw the biggest event of Inauguration Week, the Deplorable, and everybody was like, Trump, Trump. It became a mini rally. Then I threw another big event in D.C., the Bull Moose Party. Very, very, very pro-Trump. Then I attended a recent event in D.C., the Real News Party, hosted by Gateway pundit Jim Hoft, who, by the way, really likes you, and, we should talk to him one day. He's a great guy.
Sure, let's get him on.
And the enthusiasm for Trump is waning, and what I heard from people talking to me is they're looking for leadership, and they actually go, Cernovich, I don't know what Trump's doing. What are we going to do now?
Let me stop you. Exactly. If I'm selling 500 Trump shirts a day, they get down to 40, 50. But the thing is, it's the winter patriot. He's trying to get stuff done. He's under attack. It isn't all just magical now. It's not that we need Trump as the vehicle, because if they bring him down, they're going to have the bureaucracy and the executive. We need to hold him up as long as possible, or hopefully longer strategically. I get it's not as fun and trendy now to be pro-Trump. This is the time to be pro-Trump while we run for office, while we launch new websites, and while we run other operations. I'm telling you, my gut tells me, Mike, we got to prop Trump up.
Well, he's got to come to us too, Alex. That's the reality. The reality is we got him elected. We push the stories. We dictate the narrative. We drive the news cycle. Media Matters has people watching right now. They've transcribed every conversation we have. They download every video. They're not afraid of the White House communications team. They're not afraid of what's coming out of Sean Spicer's mouth, that baited dork, right? They're afraid of us. Well, why aren't we pushing the message? Why? So if Trump doesn't want to listen to us, look, I'm nobody's squire.
No, I agree with you. We need to get our message out to everybody and not just make it Trumpy, and we don't rise and fall with Trump. All I'm saying is the enemy wants to bring him down.
Well, then he needs to realize who has his back and who doesn't. We had his back. He needs, like you even called me, I don't want to, talk about too much, but when that story about the Comey memos hit and this stuff hit, is I said, Alex, I'm glad. I want him to get battered and realize.
You said we need a bloody Trump. Only a bloody Trump will save America.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad he got punched in the face. He can get punched in the face more, and then he goes, well, wait a minute. Where'd Cernovich go? Where'd Alex Jones go? Where'd Roger Stone go? Where'd the base go? Where'd my Twitter people go? And he's going to look around and see a bunch of beta males around him, vile grovelers who grovel like worms to the media. And then he's going to realize, all right, man, it's time to get real. It's time to bring in the real fighters. Time to get the real soldiers in the game. That is going to be how we're going to win.
Well, make no mistake, the Soros knows we're the enemy. They know we can't be bought. We don't back down. It's because I'm not a scumbag like them. I'm not even that good of a person. But I mean, I'm not out to hurt people. I'm not signing on to the Muslims, cutting women's genitals off, and raping everybody and putting hoods on heads. I'm done. There's only so far I'll put up with. And so the thing is, it's very empowering to not care anymore. It's very empowering to just say the line is the sand. And look, I'm just telling you, Trump is so surrounded by scum and liars. And I'm just telling you, we need to pray for Trump because he's a figurehead. But I get the fact we need to get our message out, but explain, hey, he's not perfect. We're not a Trump movement. But so I think in between what you're saying and what I'm saying, we kind of need to find a middle ground. You got any comments on that?
Well, I was just curious, Mike. I actually had a question for you. I'm sure that you're going to be breaking down John DeStefano later on the John Boehner holdover. But I'm curious, this story was just published on the Washington Examiner that Trump is considering Joe Lieberman for FBI
Oh, my
director.
God.
I'm curious if you have any intel on that.
I haven't heard yet that they're keeping that really. They don't want people to know who's that going to be, so I haven't heard any information like that. But look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Alex, I love you. I love the people listening in. Trump he's a billionaire alpha male. I don't want to hear that Trump is surrounded by these scum. Hey, he's got to own it. He's got to look around and say, these people are pathetic. I can't be around the stench of these people. I need to bring in the real players. I need to bring in
Here's the problem. He doesn't know. And a Lieberman will say, I will be loyal, Mr. President.
But I think there also could be another. I think there could be another angle here where he's trying to drain the swamp by putting out fake intel leaks like this, saying, yeah, I'm considering Joe Lieberman. And then that little rat runs out and tells the media. And then he's like, boom, caught ya. When he was never.
No, I agree. He did that. That's what he was doing with the whole thing with Mitt Romney.
Yeah, and he did that with I think he's done that with a couple other things as well.
Well, let's just not forget, Trump killed TPP. He has cut the UN funding by half. He's got $3 trillion in the stock market. What message does that send, Cernovich, that the stock market went down massively the day after they tried to impeach him?
Well, that's the thing that is why, again, we keep circling back to this point, which is I will never regret what we did for Trump, and I'll always be proud of what we did. We gave the world a little bit, a couple more years maybe. Hillary Clinton, we'd already be in World War III. The Supreme Court would be ruined. There would be hate.
Sure, we did it for the right reason, and it bears some good fruit, but it's not perfect.
Exactly. The flip side to that, though, is the revolution's over May 23rd if these temporary employees aren't made permanent. And Johnny DeStefano, actually, I sent an article to the, Nico, who's just amazing, and your whole team is amazing. He even wrote an article in USA Today saying, well, we're taking our time because we want the best people. No, he's stalling it out.
Because he knows they've got Obama people already in.
Exactly, right. And McMaster, I'd actually, another article, make the NSC Democrat again. McMaster has been remaking the National Security Council into a Democratic stronghold. Hey, man, this is all happening. All right, I'm not going to.
Hey, did you get any more intel on McMaster? Because ours was, it was NSA leaked. We think McMaster's the guy. Who is the leaker? Was it him or a staffer?
It was McMaster because he's the only person who had all of the details that was needed. So that story is a huge one because what was leaked, because, you called me, we talked right when that story broke and you were like, what's your take on it? And I told you, well, I called around to all my sources and everybody was freaking out, and I'll tell you why they were freaking out. Trump didn't talk about what was leaked to the Washington Post. So what was leaked to the Washington Post was actually a major national security breach. There's a big investigation going on right now. It's a huge one because that was actually national security risk. The only person
That's right. What they leaked, Trump supposedly did was real intel, but Trump didn't leak it.
No, Trump in the meeting goes, hey, did you guys know that there's a plot to put bombs on your laptops?
That's been in 1,000 newspapers for 2 months.
Right. He didn't leak where he got it because he didn't know. He was never.
But instead, they leaked where we got it to further burn him, to make it look like he gave out that intel. And again, that's why he's pissed at Comey. Comey would never go after them because he's a Democratic Party butt boy.
Exactly right. So what was leaked to the Washington Post had everybody I talked to, they were rattled because they said, Cernovich, this is going to damage our relationship with our partners. But Trump didn't leak it. Trump didn't have those details. No president is given that granular detail about every raid. You couldn't get it. You just like you. I mean, you have 65 employees. There could be people in some broom closet right now doing God knows what, right? You can't keep track of every detail of everything that happens in every day. Same thing with the president. So he's not briefed on those details. The only
500 times worse with the president.
McMaster.
It's 500 times worse for the president. What's your gut tell you? Will the president survive this? Because here's the deal. They bring him down. He's like a storm wall, a firewall. They bring him down. I get we go forward with our movement. They are not going to just let us sit here. They want to destroy us. So in a way, he's like a shield. I'm not throwing the shield down. I mean, it's actually self-serving, I'll be honest. My defense of the president is for my own family. Do people not get he's like the storm wall? I mean, you know, we need him.
Well, I was going to leave the country, actually. If Hillary Clinton had won, I would not be living in America because it.
Well, I didn't want to, but I was advised by high-level sources that was where they were going to green light stuff against me.
I know multiple veterans that were going to do the same.
So again, don't we defend Trump because he's the storm wall?
Oh, I'm not anti-Trump, but the flip side to that is it is our job to, in leadership, right? Our job is to also hold our leaders accountable and let them know, hey, I'm not some stooge. Alex Jones isn't your stooge.
No, we're not rubber stamps like the Democrats that don't care if Hillary's a warmonger or, you know, ripping people off and hating. No, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying Trump's done so much good that, I mean, I can't even run my own life half the time, and I'm pretty well confident and focused. I can't imagine how he's doing it. I mean,
well, look at,
because he has a bunch of dishonorable trash.
Look at the difference between the Democrats, and Trump said this constantly during his campaign, saying, I'm so much smarter than these people. I'm not even bragging. These people are just dumb. They're not very smart. Look at, it's so clear to me. Look at the Democrats. Okay, Trump has a meeting, and he's talking, he says, hey, guys, have you heard? They're putting bombs in laptops now. They're making battery bombs. They're putting in laptops. This is crazy. What's going on? He just kind of brings it up in jest. Democrats freak out. They throw their hands in there. Oh, my God.
They didn't even know it'd been in the news for 2 months.
Meanwhile, this is how smart Trump is. Trump puts out a message saying, boy, I hope that James Comey doesn't put out his notes because I've got tapes. Boom. He just checkmated.
3 days before.
Checkmate. James Comey just got checkmated. And then I think, I'm telling you, Trump is putting out fake leaks to find holes in his ship. Trump, again, whether you like him or not, he is so much smarter than his opposition.
I love him.
And he is just crushing them on the ground level.
Yeah, so Cernovich, what about that? What about how he's showing the leaks?
Is Sheriff Clark actually, I just got a text message, Sheriff Clark might be joining the administration. Is that breaking news?
That's good news. Let's look it up. That's Google Sheriff Clark.
I'm getting information from sources that Sheriff Clark.
Well, all I know is you heard this too. Trump's planning this giant purge. You say, though, the purge is already happening by the enemy below. How will those two purges interact?
Well, I don't know. If it's true about Sheriff Clark joining the administration, then that would be Trump doing what I and Roger Stone had talked about, which is Sheriff Clark will go in and just start chopping heads off.
He's very smart, very articulate, very charismatic.
You know what he calls the left now? Did you see his most recent speech? Can I say it on air?
Sure.
The rat bastards. That's what he calls them. Rat bastards. And he didn't just say it like in passing. He went on for 5 minutes talking about how these people are rat bastards. You don't think he's going to get in and...
No, they want to destroy prosperity. They hate truthfulness. Like, I love Trump outgoing. Of course I fired him over this made-up Russian crap. They're like, oh, my God, you should have been obstruction of justice. No, it's made-up crap.
But again, that's how smart he is. He fires Comey, who the Democrats said was incompetent and untrustworthy. You would say, okay, well, then having that FBI director would be an obstruction of justice. He's incompetent. He's untrustworthy. I'm going to fire him. You're obstructing justice.
Let me ask Cernovich this.
The untrustworthy, incompetent FBI director we wanted fired.
And
what the hell?
In the next month or so, Cernovich will have his own 3-hour shows. You won't be just being interrupted by us here for an hour, but it's interesting talk. What do you make of Rupert Murdoch? We have this directly from the White House, calling Trump and saying, look, I've decided to join with you. I've been flip-flopping, but they are planning to destroy you. And I guess he's been told he'll be destroyed now. They're not going to just let him kind of halfway sell out because we know they got dirt on Murdoch. You need to fire your whole upper echelon and, like you said, bring in good people. What does that intel mean to you? Did you have any information on that?
Well, so what had happened with Fox is the Rupert Murdoch sons are just betas and they're completely owned by their wives who are more liberal. And so Fox is going to be a liberal network. And we all know that. So Fox is done. My perspective on that is that Trump needs to be watching InfoWars live streams in the White House. Trump needs to be live streaming this stuff on YouTube, our periscopes. He doesn't need to be watching Fox News anymore. Those people are out of touch. They don't get votes. They don't bring people.
Well, exactly. You know, Fox viewers were down 30-something% in the election. They're down another 30 now. In fact, MSNBC and CNN are now beating Fox for the first time in 20 years. What? I mean, look at that. It's crazy.
Well, they're out of touch. They're not patriots, and people realize that they're just going to become a liberal light network, and that's just the way it's going to be. Whatever. The point is, though, this is a good opportunity for InfoWars and for Cernovich and Roger Stone and everybody else, the independent people, to keep rising up, because people tell me now, they go, I used to watch Fox News. But now I just watch you on the Alex Jones show because that's so much more informative than what I'm getting in
Well, I
those
don't want to
little
brag, but I mean, I
compact
walk
clips.
around the street now and people are listening all around. I mean, it's gotten crazy. I don't know how we have this many audience. All right, Cernovich, I'm going to turn this over to you. Thank you so much, my friend. Briefly, we've launched Emmerich's Essentials that they demonize as selling high-quality supplements. Maybe they'll call shampoo and concentrated 10-to-1 mouthwash and one of the top national organic brands, snake shampoo. Because, we're not allowed to sell anything. We're not allowed to sell gold coins. It's evil. We're not allowed to sell books. It's evil.
Stop selling it so cheap.
The media, I was about to say, this is a big national brand. It's 20% off what it is in Whole Foods. 25% off on top of that when you sign up for auto ship as an introductory offer. Our regular auto ship's 10% off. It's all available at InfoWarsStore.com. We have a bunch of group packs. It is the super natural sunscreen that is the regular size or, organic based. It's not organic. It's not life form. It's natural base of zinc, not the nano zinc. For the sunscreen, the 10-to-1 mouthwash, the natural body wash, the shampoo, the natural bug spray. It works BOA. InfoWarsStore.com, 888-253-3139. And the media all demonized. He sells shampoo and mouthwash, and he sells toothbrushes. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, your children should be given these products because it's been proven that girls now are reaching puberty much younger than before. And young boys are actually having gyno. They're having, I'm not going to say what it's called, but it's BITCH tits now because of the hormonal disruption. That has caused.
That's right. That's why we've got organic systems with a plastic that doesn't have it all
bug spray? Man, that bug spray they put out is so toxic, Alex. That's huge.
Yeah, it's Emmerich's Essentials, my middle name, and it helps fund the InfoWar. Thank you all for your support. Mike Cernovich coming up.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.